Ready to embark on a journey of limitless curiosity? Join us on the Being Curious Show, where we curiously connect teachers and seekers in a safe space, exploring a vast array of topics that spark the flame of curiosity within you. We've created a community for thoughtful discussions where teachers share their wisdom and seekers explore the depths of their curiosity. It's a space where diverse perspectives come together, fostering connection and understanding. Our intention is simple: to ignite your curiosity and create a life that totally lights you up. Hey everybody, Kelly Wagner, publisher of Edge Magazine and the host of the Being Curious Show. Welcome. We have a dear friend of the Edge back with us today, and she's busy. Like, oh my gosh, this person gets around. I don't know how she does it just in the human form, because I mean, you guys are just going to hear all these amazing things that Mary is up to. So we're bringing back Mary Newstrom, friend of the Edge, friend of the Being Curious Show. She is the founder of Zenith High and zenithhigh.com. She has so much going on, and I'm just going to highlight it for you guys in bullet points because this is fantastic. So Spirit Flow is starting. That is her earth-based shamanic study program. That is just this beautiful experience for those that choose to join in. She's going to Peru for the 10th year, June 3rd through 13th, 2025. I mean, right? I mean, if you're going to go to the jungle and you're going to do some amazing, powerful, transformational things, go with Mary. I mean, that's where to go. She's speaking all over the place. She's collaborating. She has her own line of candles with JoJo from Charm Custom Candles, which are magical. And she's studying again and ongoing with Sandra Ingerman. So much going on. Mary, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me back. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. Okay, where do you want to start? Because I had to give outline of all the things going on in your world for the audience, because you have so much going on.
So let's start out with Spirit Flow. I mean,
might as well.
That's really my signature. I think one of my signature items that I do, and I'm so excited about it. We're starting a new group April 5th. And it's a shamanic study program for women. So it's for women that want to study nature-based spirituality in a loving and supporting community.
You really do create a community, and now it's a 4-year program. Tell us a little bit more about if someone's curious about it, what if they're having X going on in the world, what would be a good time to reach out? And then a year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4, because it is truly an immersive and amazing program. Tell us more.
It is. Well, more and more women are coming to me as either clients or after I get done speaking, and they're saying they're really looking for community, really looking for a community of spiritual people, spiritual women. And because of the energy that we're experiencing right now, and my response to that is always look at and consider Spirit Flow. Spirit Flow, the year 1 is really the introductory to nature-based spirituality. And so if you've studied other modalities, this is still for you. And even if you've studied shamanism, there's no program like this anywhere in the country. And the first year really, we dive deeper into what is shamanism, who are our spiritual guides. With shamanism, we look at spirit guides and spirit animals and how we're connected to plants and the spirits of trees and nature. And then we go from there. So it's really diving deep and exploring your spirituality with nature. And so sometimes people may feel like, well, I don't know if I can, I should study shamanism. I shouldn't. Everyone has some type of lineage back to a shaman, because shamanism has been practiced and studied everywhere in the world. And my lineage goes back to more of a Nordic type of shamanism. And then I've spent so much time with the Shipibo shamans in Peru. Of course, I have that lineage that I bring in as well.
I'm very shocked because shamanism feels so ancient. It feels so sacred. And I think some have that resistance with it that I just think you are doing such a beautiful way of neutralizing that and showing the empowerment of it. And I really respect you for how you're such an ambassador for it and what you're doing in your programs.
Well, thank you. And it really, well, resonates for me. So it actually is really something that really connects to me. And I appreciate you saying that, Kelly. Um, and what I do is I take these ancient lessons and really bring them into the contemporary world. How can we really use shamanism, the messages we get from spirit, from nature, to really lead more of an authentic, balanced life in union with nature, with the divine, and with each other? And for particularly for women, it's and also how to be very powerful and stand in the power of that, um, and understand that. Now, one thing too I want to mention is that my program's open to men as well. The only program that's limited is Spirit Flow because of the unique and challenges that women have. Um, but everything else is open to guys, and many men come to my programs and study with me.
That's fantastic. And now is a time to connect with nature. I mean, it's not just go hug a tree or go barefoot. It's really it's go take quiet, sacred time and to reconnect with nature, and you give such beautiful tools to do that. Um, and you live it. I mean, if you guys follow her on Facebook, this beautiful soul is she camps. She lives it. She gets out in nature. She celebrates all the elements. I mean, this is definitely if you're going to have a guide and a teacher that's going to help you reconnect with nature. Mary is amazing. I've traveled with Mary, and some of the tips and tricks and tools that this person has is amazing, right? And I'm always open to when I'm unpacking something, going, Mary, how do you have that? Or she has like this full setup for her tea and that is like mobile that is like amazing and makes on the fly. I mean, I bet we could be at a gas station in Albuquerque and you could whip out your tools and create the most amazing, well, because you are a tea sommelier as well. Just this experience, and it's just it's lovely to watch you to not only be immersed in it but then also turn around to people, because we are teachers and seekers together all at the same time, and go, hey, I've learned this, come on, check it out. That's I mean, that's just one of the things about you that is just absolutely stunning and beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I travel a lot. And actually, probably people can probably notice I'm traveling right now. Currently in Palm Springs, and I'm going to make my way down to Taos to do some more studying and working with Sandra Ingerman. So really, I like to dive deeper into um, my studies. So I'm always trying to improve. And one thing too is, hey, Kelly, I want to mention my website is not exactly correct. It's Zenith High, not
Oh
Zenith Low.
gosh, no, thank you. I did that on the fly. I shouldn't. Hello, everybody. That's what happens when Kelly is DJ. Why Zenith Flow? Zenith Flow. You should buy Zenith Flow. That's a great idea.
That
I'm
is
just
actually
kidding.
really good. I have to see that's open. But you can reach me
Mary, I've said your name and your website so many times.
I
How
know.
did I put Zenith Flow in
You just
there? Oh
merged
my
the
gosh.
Spirit Flow, and so it's Zenith High, and
Thank
you can
you.
check everything out there. But my program for shamanic study is Spirit Flow, and so when you go to
Oh God.
my website, click on shamanic study, and everything's listed there. The dates we're going to meet. Let me explain also. Sometimes people look and go and are like, how is this program designed? It is really, it's designed for someone that really wants to dive deep or not quite as deep and maybe has really a busy schedule. So there's three pillars to it. One is the day-long intensives, and we meet every other month on a Saturday.
Did I
Go
do this right? Did
yeah.
I do the banner right?
Let's
Are we
see.
good?
Zenith High. Yep. Yep, you
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Now
Okay.
we can continue.
Okay.
Okay. We're diving deep.
So on my website are the dates that we meet in person, but there's also other components to it. We do follow up with Zoom's training. We come together with all the years come together as well. So there's a lot in addition to that. I do record everything, and the day-long trainings are hybrid. So no matter where you are, and I have people from across the country that are Zooming in, you can
You
also
even have international students, don't you, Mary?
yes, I
You
do.
do. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So the first year is diving deeper into what does this mean for spirituality and particularly nature based, and then who are my guides and how do I interpret my guides, because a lot of people will say, well, I know who my guides are, but they have no idea what really they're saying. And the second year we then introduce basic shamanic healings, how to clear energy for yourself, your family, and if you choose clients. The third year we go deeper with more of the complex healing, like soul retrievals, releasing spirits and things like that. And the fourth year is more like a half a year, but it's tying everything together, practice, practice, practice,
Right.
and then tying things together. And then there's a graduation ceremony. So it's, we call it a 4-year program, but it's more like 3.5. And you can opt out if you do not want to continue. So if someone's feeling complete after the first year, second year, and so on, but I can tell you there's no one locally in person live video conferencing that's presenting these topics and subjects.
No, you have your own very beautiful and unique frequency, and um, you're very authentic. You're very authentically Mary. So if you guys, I just want to let anyone that's listening, if you're drawn or you're curious at all, um, Mary's great. And go to her website, zenithhigh.com. She's going to be buying the flow one that I had up earlier. That's going to be a new one that's going to do redirect. It's going to be amazing. I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay. I know how it kind of merged together, and it is actually a good name too.
It's kind of funny when you think about it.
Yep.
And thank you for very much for saying, hey DJ, let's have a different song. Okay. Let's talk about Peru because 10th annual adventure to Peru. And this is also something that I don't think anybody else around here is doing, especially in the way that you do it with women shaman. I know you have a growing audience. You have people that come first time and maybe enjoy it 1 year and say, okay, I'm done. And others that are called year after year after year. I do know that you only have a couple spots left. It's going to be June 3rd through 13th. Tell us more.
Absolutely. And, I'm just as surprised as probably anyone, but 10 years, wow. So I'd say the first 4 years, I just kept going back myself and going deeper and deeper with the spirits of plants. We work with ayahuasca, but we also work with an additional plant. And so let's say someone has arthritis or they have some type of other ailment. The shamans would then work with you to curate what type of plant you should work with. I went back and kept saying, I want to be as bright and shiny as possible. And so that just really enhanced all my healing abilities to the point where, too, the shamans said, you are so bright and shiny, we would like you to consider bringing back your students. Because at that point, I'd started Spirit Flow and they knew that I had students. And at first I was like, okay. And
Do
then
I want to bring a bunch of people to the jungle of Peru and be responsible for them? That's a burden. And that's a burden. But it's an adventure and you're good at it.
and it's the lots of rewards because I know how transformed people are.
Yes.
And so we started bringing them back, and they love when I bring the people because you're well prepared, that you know what's going on. There's no surprises. As Kelly mentioned, really what you see is what you get. So I am very, straightforward with things. I'm going to explain it. We do have a few spots left, and
Men and women can join Peru, correct? Okay. Wanted to make sure.
And I have guys coming all the time. So it's 4 ayahuasca retreat, 4 ayahuasca ceremonies. And the reason why it's considered a jungle dieta, meaning we're eating clean food, no salt, sugar, or fat. A person's very much in the position to really hear the messages from the divine or your spirit guides. And then the reason why you want to have multiple opportunities to have ceremonies is because, of course, the first time you might be a little nervous. And
Yeah.
then the second time you're feeling maybe a little bit more, like, hey, I can go deeper. So that's why you're in a safe container. We're in the retreat center and right outside Tarapoto, which is in the Amazon jungle. And the cabins are modern, meaning there's electricity and modern bathrooms, but it's still rustic in some ways. So I mean, you're getting this
You're
authentic
in the jungle in Peru.
jungle.
Like,
So I want to say that there's little monkeys that you'll see, and then, like I said, in addition to ayahuasca, you're working with an additional plant as well. And then there's all this one-on-one work with the shamans. If you choose, a lot of it is reflecting on what's going on, what's the downloads happening, and then hanging out and swimming. There's a sacred lagoon that we go swimming in. It's pretty remarkable for 10 days to give yourself that gift of disconnecting from electronics, from the world, and really going deep into a transformational spiritual retreat.
well, and you are a planner. And when I say that in honor, that if someone is resistant or they might be like, "Oh my gosh, this could be there could be fear or this could be scary," like, grab your passport and just check in with Mary because she will take very good care for you, like, and care of you. Um, and it again, just creating a safe space from the minute you depart all the way to coming home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, of course, I've been doing it 10 years, which means I was doing it during the pandemic too. So rest assured, I know how to maneuver a world that's changing, that might be up in turmoil. But I know that once you get off the plane on Tarapoto, we're there picking you up. There's a plaque with your name. You are then whisked away to the retreat center, and that's where we safely stay. So it is something to consider. I've vetted these shamans for 10 years, and it's safe, it's transformational. The time's now if you're thinking about it. Don't delay. I get a lot of people that say, well, I'm thinking about next year. We don't know what's going to happen next year. Go
Right.
this year.
Right. You also know how to navigate being in Peru as well. And you've built up a trusting relationship with these shaman, which is very, very, very important. You can't just get that on TripAdvisor or just show up at a retreat center. It's like, oh yeah, here, insert. I mean, and you're also working shaman to shaman. And that it's just there's a frequency there that is very respectful and very safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree. And that's the other thing is people sometimes are like, I don't know who to go or how to get there. And I'll help you with all that.
Well, plant medicine and plant medicine ceremonies is becoming so mainstream now. I know when you and I first started talking about it, I was like, can we talk about plant medicine in the jungle and doing this? And it is, but I think with that eruption of opportunity, you do have to have discernment and you do have to work with people that have done the training, have the right connections, and you need to be in a safe, sacred space to open up like that. And I know Mary, 10 out of 10 times. If I was going to go to the jungle and called, and the only reason I haven't gone is I'm just really not called to the jungle. Like I'm kind of a Four Seasons girl, but oh my gosh, you'd be the person I'd go with. Like it's just because of how you roll and because of your connections, and it says a lot with what you do and how you do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And like
Absolutely.
just a few spots left. I wish everybody would
Of
just
course.
reach out to me, Mary@zenithhigh.com, and I'll get you all the details.
Or you could go to zenithflow.com and it'll just find you telepathically. Oh my gosh. You are also collaborating with a lot of people right now. And that's also something that, again, as a teacher and a seeker, and you're always sharpening your skills, you're collaborating and you're speaking. Tell us about we only have time for this spring because like you're just back to back to back. I mean, get the calendar out. We're already in 2027 when it comes to Mary. What are you up to?
A lot of different things. One I'm very excited about, I'm collaborating with Virginia Cooper, who is the director of the Women in Spirituality Conference. And we are putting on a retreat connecting with nature. And it's at the Arc Retreat Center, May 3rd and 4th. We do have a few spots left. You can go to my website and click on schedule, and you'll see the details under the scheduler. There's going to be a lot of time for fire ceremonies, forest bathing, really kind of diving deeper into connection to nature. I'm going to do all my beautiful ceremonies talking about shamanism to open up doorways for portals and introducing people to their guides. And then Virginia and I are going to oversee you creating a shaman's pouch, which will have special magical powers or hold the energy of the weekend. So when you go home, you have this pouch that can be near and dear to you. So
Oh,
it's
what a
going to be
beautiful
great.
takeaway.
Yeah.
And if people haven't, experienced or even been curious about ARC, their community and their center up in Stanchfield, it is I mean, you can feel it when you're getting off the highway. Yeah, I mean, the trees start talking with you, and the land is honored. So if you are what 2 amazing ladies between, Mary and Virginia Cooper to really go experience ARC. It's a sacred property. The facility is so well cared for, so clean. The food is amazing, farm to table whenever possible. They are completely amazing with any dietary restrictions. And again, it's super comfortable. What a beautiful space for you to come together. And the fire and the trees and the water, they have all the elements. Oh my gosh, that's going to be fantastic. And that's May 3rd and 4th, correct?
Correct. It's that first weekend in May. It's going to be beautiful. Lots of options still for a single room, or if you want to do a double room, we can actually even pair you up too.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, and you are also, speaking at a yoga conference too.
Yeah, I'm also into really expanding who I'm speaking to and how
Yep.
I'm reaching people. And the Minneapolis Yoga Conference is at the end of March in Eagan at the Eagan Community Center. I'll be having a table, and so come by and I can give you a healing. But on Sunday, I am speaking about how to find your soul's purpose. And yeah, it should be good. And this is also the organizers. Obviously it's not yoga, but it's related to why we would do yoga. And I love yoga. And it's to explore and see who you are and become one and balanced. And so I'll guide people through a portal and different dimensions to really kind of see, reflecting back, what's your soul's purpose, to get more insight into that.
You guys, you can go back to an older Being Curious show, but Mary really knows that her guided imagery is just like I remember being on air going like, "Oh my gosh, I'm still on air. Like, here I go. Like, oh, we're on a magic carpet." Like you really hit it. Like you really bring people in even if you're seating in a chair in a conference and there's a lot going on. Mary has this ability with her frequency and her tone of her voice, and she just really very quickly gets you in and invites you and just takes you here, there, and everywhere. You do.
Yeah.
See? I pay attention. I,
Yeah.
I pay attention when Mary talks.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so we have yoga. We are the yoga conference. We have our May 3rd with Virginia at ARC. You Rooted Body Lab. You also are speaking at some other events.
I'm doing Hudson, that's coming up this spring, and just watch for the details of that. I am the gallery keynote speaker. Once again, if you want to experience different dimensions, my guides allow me to open those portals very quickly. And so I just had one with Body Lab down at Ham Lake on Sunday, and it was transformational for people. What I do is I allow your guides to come through, and that in itself is transformational. But I also invite beloved deceased ancestors that have maybe crossed over, beloved pets, and they do come. So the difference with how I operate is, yes, I'm a medium, but I'm using that to open up the doorway so that you can experience your loved ones. I'm not conveying the messages. So I don't say your loved one is saying this. You're feeling it. You're hearing it. You're feeling your pet up on your lap again. It's pretty incredible. And once again, it's like, it's my guides doing it, but I've said yes. And I go around and I do this and I'm holding space, but they're really the ones opening that doorway. And it's pretty incredible.
Well, and I love how you approach spirit animals and spirit guides because and it's because you and I have co-collaborated on galleries before, and what I think a lot of people do is they'll say well, first off, t 2 levels to this. If you walked up to them and you're like, "I see a beaver," a lot of people would be like and you're like, "Get off your phone. No, don't do that. That's somebody else's impression." Or someone has ego is like, "I don't want a beaver. I want an eagle, or I want a python, or I want a whale." Well, sometimes the beavers or the ants could give you this huge message, and that's what you do is you allow the person because you've created that safe space and they've gone in where they're looking at the possibilities rather than like, "I want an eagle." Like, "I want an eagle." Like, sometimes you need the ants to show up. Sometimes you need the crows to show up or the ants or whomever. But and I love that approach. And when someone like want to grab their phone, you're like, "Nope, don't grab your phone. This nope, trust yourself, go in." And that's I think the energy of 2025 is about going in, right? Rather than finding out what other people said. And who's to say what the other person put on the internet is something that's worthwhile reading? Like, right? Just because they have a platform and went online and said, "Ooh, eagles are amazing." Well, guess what? We need ants and bumblebees too.
That's true. I've been getting the message from my guides that energetically how we approach our spirit animals is changing. And I think it is. It's to keep people in their own power. It's because it's like, okay, this is an animal that's coming to you specifically for you. It's not like a mass produced idea what it means. And so when someone decided what maybe eagle meant spiritually, if you think about how our world has changed just in the last few months, think about that.
No, it hasn't changed at all, Mary. Come on.
And that's why it's like, but my gosh, think about how we've changed in 300-400 years or whenever these things were created. It
Right.
is still very tempting. The other thing is that I tell people to look at the attributes of the animal or bird or whatever came to you in this, and what are the attributes in this dimension. And then if you want to, for fun, of course, you can always say, well, what did someone else think? But it's mostly when people immediately like, well, what does that mean? It's like, well, what does it mean to you? Because the key thing about shamanism that I teach, and that's very, very important, is direct revelation. What that means is the messages go right to you. They don't come to me and I interpret them to you. That's a religion. That's the priest with the Catholic. Shamanism's not like that. It's definitely for self-empowerment. The messages go to you, and you have free will, which means you can act on it. You don't have to. And that's when you start working with your guides. Also, you have to ask for them to help you because they respect your free will as well.
Well, and you can also, as a medium and psychic myself, sometimes I get a message, and I don't know why ants just keep coming in, but ants, I'll even say, because I am doing the work of, okay, tell me more, show me something else. And they might show me an ant, and then they might show me um, a car and an ant lifting a car because we all know ants can carry like 10 times their weight. Oh, well, are you carrying 10 times your weight right now? Oh, I am. Hmm. And it's unpacking it in that beautiful way rather than going, "Oh no, I want an eagle. I want an eagle." I thought you'd find that funny.
Yep. Yep. And people do. I mean, those big ones, eagle and condor and hummingbird
Condor.
and jaguar or panther, people really want those. And all the other animals are just as well. They're just as good.
You should say like worm and then just walk away. Just
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've had the honor of doing worm for someone, but snake I have multiple times. And when you're interacting with ayahuasca,
Right.
If you see a visual, sometimes it is snake. So snake is very powerful, and we know it's very healing. It's a healing symbol because it's what on that symbol that if you're a doctor, a
Mhm.
medical doctor, it has that serpent.
Yeah.
So it's a very powerful thing. Talking about spirit animals,
Okay.
actually, I'm collaborating with charmcustomcandles.com, Jojo, and we have created a 7 mini candles representing different spirit animals. Now,
Do you have an
it
ant and a worm?
we don't have an ant anymore.
Okay.
We picked ones that JoJo could work with. She's the expert candle maker. I've infused them with divine energy and divine shamanic powers. And so, for example, if you're feeling like you need a little extra strength, you might light the candle a bear. And then we have
Mm.
otter and we have swan. So there's all these beautiful ones. So these would be working in addition to your own spirit animal, you would bring in the energy of the other animal. They're fair, they're lovely. People love them. JoJo's had a hard time keeping them in stock. If you go to her website, charmcustomcandles.com, you'll see it. It's the spirit animal collection, candle collection. It's $111 for all of them, and it's free shipping.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been really fun working with her. We are thinking of collaborating and expanding the line to maybe include other things, other animals, but we're starting out with this one, so people should check it out because it's pretty cool.
I actually at Art on the Edge last year, I purchased the Ho'oponopono candle that she had in limited edition. I just lit it this weekend. I've been waiting. And there is so much love that she puts in and thought. And she'll say, I have rainwater from this moon, and then I did this and that, and then I diffused it with these crystals. And the little handout she gives you with it is if you're into candles at all, she's an amazing creator. She's a small business. She's a woman small business and you're a woman small business, so you're supporting each other, but you're really dialing in with just an amazing soul for that, and I can just see them just right? No wonder she's having a hard time keeping them in stock. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's been really a lot of fun. So check those out and order yours today. Yeah.
Absolutely. And before we wrap up, New World Women, we're
Mhm.
both founding mothers,
Yes.
and newworldwomen.com. They are this beautiful collection. It's Sean Mecca, and I'm so sorry of the last beautiful lady
Done.
and Dawn. Sean Mecca, babe, I'm sorry, guys. Sean Mecca. I see your face. Okay, I'm telepathically saying hello. The New World Women, they're really creating a community. Started in the Twin Cities, but growing very rapidly. And they have the founding mothers, and they have you. They have. We're working on their ad for the new magazine. They have a new frequency. They have a new just ways to support each other. Tell us about your involvement, because I know that you're very, very involved with them.
Yeah, I feel so blessed to be able to have been brought in by them. I once a month, it's usually the last Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday of the month at right around noon. I do a workshop, so I'm speaking, but it's over Zoom. And it is once again a meditation, a guided meditation. That's really my signature item that I like to do. And we've talked about guides and we've talked about spirit animals. In March, at the end of March, we're actually going to talk about the power of plants and connecting and merging with the energy of plants. Because I know we talked about when we go to Peru, we're drinking ayahuasca, but you can also work with the energy of plants and trees and so on without ingesting it. And so we're going to talk about that. What I'm also doing is supporting them in the creation of their marketplace. They are creating this, it's called Birdie, and it's a marketplace for women to sell services and also products. And it's just that that the money is going into supporting women and small businesses, and then a beautiful organization that definitely is growing globally, New World Women. And so they're just launching that, and I have healings listed and my wellness coaching listed, so you can check it out.
They did, I think 2 years ago. It's Dawn, Mecca, and Sean. I nailed it. Like I forgot it. It came back. Thank you, ladies. At Kinstone. And they had Annette Regalo tap in with Stonehenge. And it was just mind blowing. I mean, what a great community. It's for women, it's by women. Men are totally supported as well. We're not missing out on our male friends. They're just really building a beautiful community. And it's been a couple years in the making, and a lot of time and a lot of hard work. And they are creating something basically from scratch that no one's ever done before. And to be a part of it, it's an honor. And I'm so glad that you are also sharing your goodness with that, because you're able to reach women on an international stage and by supporting New World Women.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally. And really excited to see them grow and get the recognition of this. And you're right. It's like, this has never been tried in this way with the technology. They've had to build up everything, and we're finally seeing it launch. It's really exciting. New World Women.
New World Women. Absolutely. Okay. Spirit Flow, April 5th, Peru, June 3rd through 13th. You're speaking all over the place. Check out your website.
Yes.
Collaborations. So you have the May 3rd and 4th with Virginia Cooper at ARC, beautiful community. You have other collaborations with JoJo at Charmed Custom Candles. You're studying with Sandra Ingerman. Any parting words for how to thrive in 2025?
I think the way to thrive is really approach things with compassionate neutrality. And you'll have to tune in and attend my workshops to really dive deeper in what that means. But it means what you want to be in your power, be balanced, and be in harmony, but let things roll off of you. And when you're hearing things that might upset you, compassionate neutrality, let them roll off.
Teflon or duck feathers. Duck feathers. Teflon is bad. Bird feathers. Just
Yep. Yeah, ducks have special feathers that the water rolls off. I'm a master naturalist. I do a lot of training too. That's one thing we didn't even talk about. I have a couple trainings coming up for that with the University of Minnesota Extension Department. If you're interested, reach out. I can tell you all about it.
You have to see your ads at the Edge. I actually pulled one up because like the new thing now is like, I'm like, Mary, you got to show all the different things that you're doing. I mean, let's just not just stay on brand, but like, because she is a teacher, she's a student, she's a woman of the world, like goes to Peru in the jungle. I mean, Mary, what don't you do?
I'll have to think about that and get back to you.
Let us know in the next episode. Okay, you guys, I spelled her website right this time, mid-show. zenithhigh.com. And she's all over Facebook and different social platforms, collaborating with people here, there, and everywhere. If you're interested in Peru, please sign up. Again, only a few spots left. And then if you want to keep things local back in Minnesota, check them out May 3rd and 4th with Virginia Cooper. It's going to be lots of opportunities to connect and collaborate with Mary.
Absolutely. I would love for you all to reach out. I want to meet everyone.
You'd be very busy, Mary.
Hey, stop by Orapalooza. We haven't talked about that. Echo Bodine's Orapalooza. I am usually at those now and giving healings, talking to people. Check it out.
Are you doing the mini and the full, or are you just doing the fulls?
Currently I'm doing the full.
Mm-hmm. Echo's speaking with us this weekend. It's going to be a good one. Yeah. You know, that's okay. You guys, you know how to find her, zenithhigh.com. Thank you for coming back to the show. And I know you'll be back soon. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Explore your higher consciousness with the Edge Media Platform. We're a multimedia platform dedicated to connecting curious teachers and seekers in a safe, welcoming space. Dive into spiritual growth with our print magazine, digital content, podcasts, and in-person experiences. Whether you're seeking wisdom or sharing it, we're here to inspire and uplift your journey. here, there, and everywhere. Connect with us today.